I was walking down the street, feeling kind of neat, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see that car that you almost hit? How can I take the bus instead? Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through, always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Moving ain't over. Heard you think you're tough. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. Though I ain't playing, I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hay. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive tip in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if a bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Sweep a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was super bad. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, slap. Come get your face clapped.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.
Man, welcome back, y'all, to another episode. Let's talk with Jay vs. Jordan, man. As always, man, I appreciate all y'all tuning in. If y'all watching over on the JVJ Network, if you're watching over here on Let's Talk with JVJ, if you're watching over on Facebook, do your boy a favor as usual. Hit that like button. Sub up if you haven't. Turn them notices on and share the videos. Tonight, y'all already seen the title at the top. Y'all saw the thumbnail. But I'm going to do a little bit of breakdown on it. Y'all know I can't stand bad cops. Yeah, I think that's a lot of them. The vast majority of them. But this is I got a few of them that I'm going to show y'all tonight. This first one's going to be a touchy situation. And I'll give y'all a breakdown of it ahead of time before we get into the video. Supposedly, there were some kids, y'all. Some kids fighting at an apartment complex or whatever. Somebody said 20 of them. I don't know if it's 20 to be true, but I didn't watch the video all the way through. And the cops responded. They responded. They got a lot of calls, supposedly that these kids were out here fighting and they needed to make their presence known. They had to go in there and handle that situation. I want you all to watch this video with me and see if they did everything by board, everything was above board on the cop side, or were these kids just out of control, or were there some nefarious things going on? Because I actually read a lot of comments in the comment section underneath the video, and I'm highly disturbed by America, but maybe they'll have a point because I didn't watch the video all the way through, and I wanted to watch it with y'all. But we're going to see what this is talking about, and honestly, without further ado, if y'all ready, I'm ready, man. Let's just go and get into it, man. Let's see what we got.
Where do you live at? Where you live? What building? Come on now. No. What building do you live in?
Officers respond to a call of a fight between about 20 teens. Some of these teens are known to have an extensive criminal history.
So I'm gonna tell you. This ain't I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna get. Come on, what you doing that for? Well, because it's called loitering and prowling, and you're obstructing. Come on, man, what you doing that for? I just came by here. He ain't got nothing to do with that. He just got school. Who are you? I'm his cousin. I'm his cousin. I ain't do nothing. I just got over here. You can take me. I got my phone to myself. Come on. Hey, come on. Go put your hands. About to go to jail. Get out. Sir, stop. Please, sir, stop. Back it up. That's my big sister, please. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Me, bro. My big sister, bro. Please don't do nothing. Take me out these hands, bro. Step away. Big sister. Step away. For what? I ain't doing shit. Lord, I can probably. We got nothing to do. We just game over here. My sister, get my sister to up off that ground. Or every time a mistake one of y'all off. God. Let me go. I ain't got no Wi-Fi, man. Let me go.
All right, here you go, y'all. We got to do a quick little breakdown. Uncanny said, my favorite type of woman. Shout out to Uncanny. We're going to do a quick breakdown. The officer started off by having a conversation with this young man right here. Now, remember, y'all, there were multiple calls about kids fighting in the neighborhood. We're going to go through this one more time real quick because a lot of things happen really quick. And let's see if this was status quo by the board, by the law. Well, since a lot of people talk about being law-abiding citizens, don't break the law and you won't get certain results. They got a call. They don't have a description of any one individual. It was just some kids fighting. All right. So they approached this young man right here. I don't know if he was fighting, but if he was fighting, he's got to be one of the best fighters in the world because his hair's not messed up. His clothes is not dirty. And, you know, they look pretty clean. Got a book bag on. But this is how they approached this young man. They have no description of who actually was fighting, just a bunch of kids fighting. This is how the cops approached him.
Come on now. No. What building do you live in?
Officers respond to a call of a fight between about 20 teens. Some of these teens are known to have an extensive criminal history.
So I'm gonna tell you. This ain't a. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna get. Come on. What you doing that for? Well, because it's called loitering and prowling, and you're obstructing. Come on, man. What you doing?
All right. They asked the young man where he lived. He said he stayed in that building over there. They asked him what building number. He said, that's all I'm going to tell you. Officer proceeds to put him in handcuffs and then says that that young man was loitering and prowling and also obstruction. I don't know if anybody knows what obstruction is, but not talking to the cops and telling them what they want to hear is not obstruction. Obstruction is a physical act. You have to physically obstruct an officer, kind of like what the big fat girl's about to do in a second. That's obstructing. But him not giving the actual address where he lives at is not a reason for you to put him in handcuffs. So I'm already seeing somebody overstep they boundaries. You cannot put a kid in handcuffs because you got a call about some kids fighting. And the first black kid you see, the first black young man you see, you ask him questions, he answers one of them and doesn't want to answer the rest of them, so you're going in handcuffs. But I know there's a lot of people in America that would think, nah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. The cops, you're not helping the cops out. You need to go in handcuffs. I think those people need to stop breathing. Let's keep going.
I just came my He ain't got nothing to do with that. He just got school.
Who are you?
I'm his cousin. I'm his cousin. I ain't do nothing. I just got over here.
You can take me. You can take me.
I got my phone in my phone. Come on. Hey, come on. Come put your hands.
About to go to jail.
Now, what she just did, that's a crime. That's something that they can actually prove in court. That's actually a crime. That's the first crime I've seen done by any civilian. Now, I've already got a crime with the cops, but that's the only crime I've seen with a civilian so far.
Stop. Stop. Please
Back it up.
It's my big sister, please. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Look at that little man like he want nothing.
Me, bro. My big sister, bro. Please don't do nothing.
Take me out these handcuffs. Step away.
Big sister.
Step away.
For what? I ain't doing shit.
Lord, get brown.
Y'all see that the officer kept telling him, he's like, why I'm in handcuffs, man? Let me go. No, loitering and prowling. How can you prove that if you don't know if he lives there? Somebody help me out with that. You're going to charge somebody with something that you cannot prove. He said he stayed in that building over there. You asked the young man, what's your apartment number or whatever, something like that. He said, I'm not telling you nothing else. So then you put him in handcuffs and say he's arrested for loitering and prowling. How could you do that? You don't have any information to say that he didn't tell you the truth or not. You don't know either way, but you already put him in handcuffs, though. So think about this, y'all. We got officers out here that are putting young kids in handcuffs and telling them that they're under arrest for a crime that they cannot prove. And they have no evidence to back up that kid was lying to them or whether he lived there or not. But he's in handcuffs. I want to know if any of y'all that have kids, are y'all okay with that? Are y'all okay with that? Now, this little mama right here, she crashed out real quick. Like, she saw the injustice going on, but she ran over there and put her hands on the cop. You already fucked up. Because the law tells us no matter how wrong they are, you can't get over there and go smack them in their face or get in between them and none of that. You got to let them do what they do because the state has ordained them to be able to fuck you up. So she about to catch an L right now real quick. Like,
got nothing to do. We just game over here. When I get my sister to fuck up off that ground, or every time a mistake to fuck one of y'all off. Oh God, let me go.
I don't know what that little young man right there. He got a little hot mouth, little bad kid, obviously, but he don't like the way they handling his sister. But your sister did kind of run up over there on him, so let's keep it going.
You got no Wi-Fi, man. Let me go.
Where do you live at? Then get out of here now. Where do you live at? You work here. All right, kick rocks. Where do you live at? All right, kick rocks.
Kick rocks. I think that's how we want our. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's how we want our officers talking to the people of the public. Yeah, that's how we want them to do that. That nothing was wrong with that, y'all. Don't let me get caught up in that. Nothing's wrong with officers telling other citizens out here to kick rocks after he's asking random questions. And I want y'all to all understand this. You don't have to say anything to them. You don't have to answer any questions. You don't. The only person in this world that can compel you, not this world, but in the United States of America, that can compel you to answer any question is a judge. Officers cannot. You ain't got to answer. Now, we already see we got one kid in the back of a police car because he didn't want to answer questions. And now the people that did answer questions, get the hell out of here. Kick rocks. Loving it. It seems, I wonder if they would do this in the suburbs. I just wonder.
That one. Which one? Renter?
That one. What do you mean by that one?
Hey, okay, I get down. Call my mama.
Yeah, real quick, what is he going in handcuffs for? That's another question. What's that young man going in handcuffs for? I know he ran over there, but he didn't attack the cops, and they had already started trying to put him in handcuffs till his sister ran over there. But I guess they want to get him again. I guess so. Get him again. Shout out to Hurricane. Did he say kick rocks? Yeah, he literally said kick rocks. Kick rocks.
Where do you live? Then leave. Where do you live? Put your hands out of your pants. Where do you live at? Where do you live at? Huh? Where do you live at?
Why you in my face, cousin?
So we're grabbing another one. We're grabbing another black man because he don't answer your questions. Okay. So everybody, think about this. And this is why I say this all the time, man. People always say there are a few bad apples. There's a few bad apples. Well, I just want to ask the question, where's the good apple in this bunch? So we're grabbing people and putting them in handcuffs for what crime? What crime can this cop articulate that he's actually witnessed? Kids outside of an apartment complex? What's the crime? But, we got another one going to jail or another one going in handcuffs.
Nobody did to y'all. Yes, you did.
All I did was put you in cuffs.
Don't give me the about this guy.
Listen to what he said. I didn't do nothing to you. Said all I did was put you in cuffs. Picture that, y'all. Let me say that to one of y'all. Hey, man, next time I go out, man, I think I want to put somebody in handcuffs that they don't have the key to get out of. I'll just put you in random handcuffs. Why you put me in handcuffs? I ain't do nothing to you. All I did was put you in cuffs. Because pretty much you're kidnapped now. Just so people know. Because if I did that to somebody or you did that to somebody, that's what they would call it. And that's what you would get charged with. You would get charged for kidnapping. But, all I did was just put you in cuffs. What crime? Once again, y'all, I'm going to keep asking the question. What crime? But this is perfectly fine in America, right?
Reality stuff and take me home. See how y'all just dropped our body
Calm
down?
down. Calm down. Calm down.
If you don't live here, leave.
If you don't live
here, leave. If you live here, go to your home.
come get my phone. Come in to call my sister.
I told you no.
It's right.
What is Novi?
She want her phone.
No.
So why she didn't get her phone?
Stand back.
Just ignore us, please.
Yeah, just ignore me.
We will.
You want to go to jail?
I know. Because they were just fighting, man. They tripping. Come to the garden. They got her in the car, bro.
Step away.
Hey, I'm on the phone. Stop talking. Why you keep talking?
Boy, just wait till my daddy get out here, boy. You get up, I ain't this. Y'all.
Man, shut up, man. Chill out, bro.
You all right?
You're welcome.
You all right?
Man, they just arrested him too.
Where do you live at? Where do you live at?
42.
All right, you're about to come here and talk to me. Where do you live at?
I'm a man.
Hey, good. You do have to talk to me. Watch me. Where do you live at?
gotta ask you.
All right, then cool. We're going to handcuffs. Come on. Number 5.
Another one, just grabbing anybody up, and if they don't want to talk to you, they go in handcuffs. Tell me, y'all, where in America do y'all think this is legal? That if the officers come up and say something to you, and you don't want to respond to them, they can put you in handcuffs. Somebody please explain it to me. Explain what state, what county, what jurisdiction this is legal in. Because I know some people gonna come in and try to defend the actions of the cops. And once again, where's the good cop at? Where's the good cop? Because as soon as he's been the one grabbing everybody. Every time he grabs somebody, what are the other two? Look at them. They ready to come help out too. And yes, Hurricane, you are right. He said number 5. Oh, he trying to rack up some numbers in his head. I don't know if he's trying to get to 10. I'm still trying to figure out what crime did they witness and what crime did all these people they grabbed commit. I'm still trying to figure that out. Hurricane said, this sounds like a pep rally gone wrong. It sounds like something crazy going on around here.
Oh no, my
All obstruction, loitering and prowling. I can do this all day long.
Yeah, last time you talked to me, you said you're gonna kill us all.
I didn't say that. So we just put you just put me in handcuffs if I don't want to answer your question.
That's called obstruction.
That's not.
And right now, loitering and prowling and obstruction.
Do you know the rule of
Not answering his question according to this top-notch cop is obstruction. We'll cover that a little bit later, y'all. We'll cover what obstruction actually is. I already told y'all earlier it's a physical act. Not answering questions. Do y'all know y'all have a constitutional right not to speak? So how can not speaking to the cops be a charge? It can't be. It goes against the Constitution. But they're telling this young man that he obstructed them by not answering their question. Then he hit him with loitering and prowling. For standing in a public area? Okay.
Do I know the rule? Yeah, I know the rule. I know the rule.
You just put me in handcuffs.
So absolutely, it's not a rule.
Let me
I'm not sure where you got that rule from, but that's not a rule.
I don't have to answer your question.
You're right. You don't have to answer my question. You can go in handcuffs. Now it's called.
Listen to how he's talking back to this young man. How he's talking to him. Well, you don't want to answer my question, then you go in handcuffs. Amazing how you think that's the law and how you think that's legal. Shout out to Miss Ghosty. She said, if they're under 18, my bad, let me get that out of the way. If they're under 18, they should be calling their parents to pick them up. If anything, really, they just needed to tell them to leave if someone complained, but this is crazy. Yeah, you're 100% correct. Minors, they not even supposed to be trying to interview or interrogate any minors. I had it done to me when I was a minor. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I thought I was supposed to talk to them. Because, people always say, just be respectful to the cops, answer their questions. Well, the kid didn't want to say nothing. And just because he didn't say nothing, you want to put him in handcuffs and put him in the back of a police car. If I put any of y'all in handcuffs and put y'all in the back of a car, I'm pretty sure I'll be charged with a felony if you're trying to kidnap you. I'm just saying. No crime can they articulate that these kids committed. They just keep throwing out this loitering and prowling and obstructing. Have any of us seen loitering and prowling and obstruction? I don't think we have. I don't think we have yet.
Loitering and prowling and obstruction. Have a seat. We need more cars.
Oh, he want to get more.
You live out here. Okay, what apartment you live in?
I live here. I live down the street.
I live here, but I don't live here.
I'm not even paying but you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, 41. This is the way this works. If you do not live on this premises, then you are loitering and prowling, which means you are required to identify yourself to me. If you do live here, and I ask you your name and where you live, and you can't provide it, now you're required to quell my suspicions that you're not loitering and prowling, which is why you're in handcuffs in the back of my car. Now, what's your name? Cameron. I don't want you to be in handcuffs, but I don't want to take you to jail. I would much rather call your mom to come pick you up.
This cop just coerced this young man to give his name without his parents being present. I'll sue the shit out of you. Already for having him in the back of the police car in handcuffs because you can't articulate a crime that he actually did because you don't know if he lives there or not. So how can he be loitering and prowling if you don't even know he lives there? But then you just coerced him to goddamn give you an answer. I don't even know what the fuck you quoted. You quoted some bullshit. Any lawyer would say that's some bullshit unless they're the prosecutor for the state. They'd be like, yeah, that seems about right. This is happening in America every day. And I understand some people will see it and they'll be like, it ain't happening to people that look like me. I don't care. It's going to be happening to you because that's why I like to cover a lot of videos where the cops are fucking on white people. I got something coming for y'all. Get ready for it. Yeah, kids too. It's amazing.
Hey, yo, hold up. Chill out. First of all, we're going to start this whole thing over.
How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm hearing about why is my daughter in handcuffs?
Your daughter is in handcuffs because she was fighting and then thought it was a good idea for her to try to swing on the police. So as of right now, your daughter is about to go to the juvenile detention center. You can ask him questions.
Okay, also, what?
All right, we got to stop right here real quick. Like, what we at? 6 minutes and 18 seconds. All right. Let's see what we got right here. He said that she was fighting. Did any of us see a scene on any of these body cams where kids were fighting? Nope. Not one. Not one, but she was fighting. And then next, she swung on officers. Let's see if she swung on the officers, because we actually do have that on body cam where her interaction with the cops were. Did she swing on cops?
You know, I just got over here. You can take me. You can take me. You can take me. Come on. Hey, come on. Yo, put your hands.
About to go to jail.
You know, hey, stop. Sir, stop. Please, sir, stop. Get the
Hey, over, back it up.
It's my big sister, please. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
All right, from just that little bit that we did see, I'm not sure I saw her swing. You could possibly say when she did this, she was swinging, but I didn't see that young lady swing at any officer. But we got this good old boy right here in front of her mother, who we can tell she probably got that attitude problem from, because she do have an attitude problem. We can tell the little girl got an attitude problem. She can't control her emotions, but we can tell she probably got it from her mother. But I did not see that young girl swing at that officer. So that officer just hit the mom with two lies to justify what they did to her daughter. When they could have just said she ran up and put her hands on an officer. Because that's what she did do. She came up and pushed the officer off of her brother. She did do that. Why you got to lie and say she swung at him? Why you got to say that she was out there fighting when you didn't see anybody fight? Please explain that. If this is such a good officer, right? It looks like another good officer covering for another great officer. That's what it seems like.
Because she was fighting and then thought it was a good idea for her to try to swing on the police. So as of right now, your daughter is about to go to the juvenile detention center.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk, y'all.
You can ask him questions.
Okay, also, where's my son?
Who's your son?
Your little life.
He in the
They tried to tackle. No, this is what happened. She was not fighting. They was jumping a boy, and then Rashad had jumped in, and I guess they tried to arrest him too. So that's when
We're gonna stop all this. So this is the way this works.
We gonna stop all this. So when somebody comes around and tells actually what happened, well, now we don't want to hear that no more. This is what's about to happen. That little girl was calling your lies out right then and there. You want to stop? He wanted to stop that quick, y'all. He wanted to stop that quick. See, Hurricane said, "Who in the hell would smash her big bonnet?" And she ain't nothing. The fucked up shit is a lot of dudes that ain't got no goddamn self-esteem, ain't got no standards. That's how she got 2 kids. That's how she got 2 kids, y'all. But look, watch how fast he tries to stop it, because even the officer right here, the one standing to the side of him, is looking at him crazy, y'all. He looking at him crazy like, what? Little girl just came out and spit exactly what happened quicker than you could with telling your lies. Look at his face. He's looking at his dude like, really? You told that both his ass lie? What you gonna do now? She's telling on you? What'd he say?
We're gonna stop all this. So this is the way this works.
That's your daughter?
That's my daughter, and that's my son.
Your daughter is under arrest. She hit 2 officers.
What did the officers do to my baby? They tried to tackle Rashad, and that's when she jumped over him.
All right. Do we have a Rashad in custody?
Her brother.
He's the first one to charge that day.
There's no charges on him? No charges. All right, so, ma'am, excuse me. So right now, your son Rashad, I believe he's one of the ones we have to clean as well. He's not being charged with anything, okay?
Apparently, there was a large fight out here. We don't know why yet. As this large fight broke out, officers arrived on scene here and they tried to gain control. Someone shot, charged at one of the officers. Didn't get hit, didn't hit anybody or anything like that, so he was detained. When that happened, I guess his sister came up, and that's when she struck 2 officers. That's why she is now detained and being placed
She ain't straight no 2 officers.
Okay.
So out of this whole fight, my daughter the only person going to jail?
As of right now, yeah.
Mom! I want to speak to my mother. Mom! I know you won't now!
What you keep hollering for me for? You don't think I can hear you? Do you not understand that I'm already pissed off? Because you told me that you were staying after school. So how the hell your ass end up pissed off?
He called me and said,
I don't give a when nobody called you and say, and you supposed to be your ass at my house. So how you get crossed out to the garden?
they called.
I don't give a why is my daughter going to jail? Because you doing some extra.
No, ma'am, they were trying to jump more, and I jumped in.
I just started shooting.
You got anything on you? Tell me now. A lighter? Where? Don't reach for it. Have you been around weed? Because you're
That's a young girl.
Is
They
there
got
any
a
on
little
you?
girl too.
I'm gonna check the back of the patrol car.
She look like a little boy.
Okay.
You might as well just tell us.
You
In your
saw-
sock? All right. I'll take your shoes off. Pop this up. All right. Sit back in the car.
What?
She got nothing in her boxers.
Just the joint.
Just the joint. She had weed on her.
No charges, right? No charges. Mom is right there. She comes over, release. No charges. No charges. Mom's on the way. Once she gets here, we'll release. Got it?
She had a joint in her sock.
Who knows?
If you know in that car.
Who's that one?
She's the one who threatened to kill us last time, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, man.
Tell me what exactly went on.
So our office responded to a fight that just occurred here. There's apparently 20 individuals. That was just a large fight.
Yeah.
When they arrived on scene, a lot of people scattered.
Yeah.
A couple of people came running up, and a couple people ended up being detained because they were trying to fight police officers.
So I'm the new senior manager here.
Name one child out of all the body cams that we saw that actually tried to fight police officers. Because once again, now the head, the sergeant, the one above all of them, as of right now that's on scene, is relaying this information to the apartment manager, complex manager, whatever title you want to give to him. Name one child that we can point out that actually tried to actually fight police officers. I'll wait. Anybody can put it in the comment section. I'll wait all night if I have to. This is another lie that's being perpetuated about a situation where they didn't know who was involved in anything, but they decided to get out. One of the officers decided to get out and start grabbing kids. He wanted to interrogate, and when nobody wanted to talk to him, you're going in handcuffs. You're going in handcuffs all the way up to number 5. It's amazing how this lie by one person doing something illegal, and then the rest of them seem to keep covering for it. But we keep hearing that it's a few bad apples, y'all. It's just a few. It's not a lot, man. It's majority of cops are good cops, just trying to do their job and go home. That's all they're trying to do, y'all. But it seems like all these cops seem to be all in cahoots with violating people's constitutional rights, regardless of whether they're kids, and then lying about it immediately right after. I don't know if I'm the only person in the room that has an issue with that, but I do have an issue with that.
Okay. I'm not going to tolerate it. So if you are tied into this and you live on my property, you're going to get a notice to vacate. Okay. I already done got it from my ADO.
Have you met Linda? This is the property manager.
Good. I'm going to get with her.
Okay.
Hurting you a little bit?
You okay? You slammed me on my head. My head is hurting. I felt dead on my body.
Do you want to go with EMS? Do you want him to go with EMS?
No, it's fine. Where y'all taking her to? Juvenile?
We're calling right now, so we'll let you know just a minute. All right, love you too.
I'm the mother.
Her?
My son, y'all just called me.
Other vehicle.
Oh, everybody knows. What's going on?
He claiming he wasn't out here fighting. He got put in handcuffs because he was out here fighting at some point in time with somebody. So he's not getting charged today, but since he's a juvenile, we got to release him to your custody.
So what happened?
Big fight ensued, and we showed up.
Who was he fighting?
Nobody. They faced the vehicle for me.
Turn over, CJ.
And so I'm not telling you what to do, but I think you need to make better decisions. I didn't say. So,
Yeah, he'll be.
How should a child make better decisions when you can't even prove the fact that he was fighting? Because if he was fighting, you could have took him to jail. You told him that he was fighting. You told the mother that he was fighting. And then you turn around and tell the kid to make better decisions. He was the first one y'all made contact with. And wrong, y'all, what was he doing when we first seen this young man pop up on body cam? We can rewind back. This is what this young man was doing.
Where do you live at? Where do you live? What building?
Come on now.
No. What building do you live in?
Officers respond to a call of a fight between about 20 teens. Some of these teens are known to have an extensive criminal history.
So I'm gonna tell you.
This ain't a. Oh, I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna get.
Come on, what you doing that for?
Well, because it's called loitering and prowling, and you're obstructing.
Come on.
I thought he was fighting. That's what you just told his mother. But the officer runs up and grabs him after the kid didn't want to tell you which building he lived in. But he was fighting though, right? So they ain't got no problem lying to the public. Obviously, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And that uniform does not stop you from lying. I done called out, I don't know how many lies just from one situation right now. But a lot of people are still come around here and suck the cock of these motherfucking bootlickers. Well, they bootlickers, the one who's doing all that sucking. But these motherfuckers ain't right. They ain't right. They'll come and defend these people when somebody go upside their head for doing shit like this. Oh, how could you do that to an officer? Lying right out, like lying to your teeth, and you have a camera. Think about this, y'all. They have a body cam on. They got a big old camera sitting right here on their chest. Recording everything that happened. People can go and FOIA that information and find out you lied. Don't care at all. Know why? Because if the rest of them out there would defend each other, everybody inside of that office will do the same thing too. Your politicians will protect them, your senators, all that shit. They will all protect them and cover that shit the fuck up. Y'all can't prove that boy was fighting, but you keep telling his mother he was fighting. You threw him in handcuffs because he didn't want to talk to you. That's what happened. Yeah, you might have got a call about some kids fighting. You had no specific description of any kid, so you just started grabbing kids. It's like, man, look, y'all know we just had a recent situation up there in New York where the CEO of that United got deleted. It was a white guy that did it, right? Did you see them people in New York just snatching up every white guy in the area? No, you didn't see that. You didn't even hear about it. They weren't going around just snatching up white folk. But here you go. You heard of fighting. It's a black kids fighting. Snatch up every kid you see. Snatch everyone up. That's crazy. That's so crazy. And then Hurricane said, I don't see no fathers. I ain't see none either. Unless some of the cops are fathers. I ain't see none.
You get charged today, but since he's a juvenile, you got to release him to your custody.
So what happened?
Big fight ensued, and we showed up.
Who was he fighting?
Nobody. They faced the vehicle for me.
Turn over, CJ.
And so I'm not telling you what to do, but I think you need to make better decisions. I didn't say. So.
Yeah, he'll be outside.
I'm just saying. The only point that I'm trying to make.
We have to take photos. Hey.
The point that I'm trying to get him to understand is regardless if he gets into stuff or not, who he hang out with, he don't do nobody.
When y'all approached him, that kid was by himself. So why are you making assumptions, buddy? Just because he was in the area where somebody else might have possibly did something, you have no proof that kid did anything. You need to shut the fuck up and go on about your business before somebody put a lawsuit on your head.
Hang out with somebody.
No, that's my son. He's not a problem child. No. Anything else?
Nope. Y'all are good.
Okay. Every black child is not a problem child.
I didn't say he was.
You just said how he gave.
You just insinuated that he was. You need to make better decisions. If he's making bad decisions, that's the only reason you would say that. The fuck you talking about?
Y'all put my child in handcuffs because he was walking?
So you believe your child over the police? Okay.
So out of all the kids that was actually fighting, y'all just detained the kids.
Man, look, we gonna play that back again. Salute to that mother right there. Salute to that mother right there for saying exactly what she just said.
I didn't say he was.
You just said how he was just walking. Y'all put my child in handcuffs when he was walking.
So you believe your child over the police?
You're goddamn right.
Okay.
So out of all the kids that was actually fighting,
She said, I know exactly what I raised. The kid didn't seem, look, out of all the kids that were out there, the first one that they grabbed, he didn't seem rude. He just didn't want to answer your question. He did not seem rude to you. He didn't cuss at you. None of that nonsense. I didn't hear one cuss word come out of that kid's mouth. He just didn't want to answer y'all question. And you threw him in handcuffs because of that. And then try to tell the mother of that kid that he needed to make better decisions. And then when you ask the lady, you gonna believe your kid over the police? Yes. What kind of question is that? Yes. She knows what she raised. That's what she told you. She knows what she raised. And why the fuck would she believe y'all when y'all been out here lying the whole time y'all been out here? Y'all just been grabbing little black kids. Let's be real. Call it for what it is. They've been out here grabbing little black kids, juvenile black kids. Not trying to figure out what happened, not trying to figure out who was involved in it, just grabbing black kids, putting them in handcuffs and putting them in the back of a police car. That's what you've been doing. Yeah, that mother goddamn right. I believe my child, not you. Because you're a lie. And guess what you've been doing? Lying the whole motherfucking time. And all your friends lying right with you. Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
and y'all just detained the kids that wasn't.
So this is the way it worked. When I rolled up, everybody scattered. Okay, so I don't know who was fighting, but if they don't.
What did he say? 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 Tell it on yourself. Get a lawsuit. I'll sue their ass right now. What did he say?
And y'all just detained the kids that wasn't.
So this is the way it worked. When I rolled up, everybody scattered. Okay, so I don't know who was fighting, but.
Oh. 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 Say it one more time. Say it one more time, Mr. Officer.
Kids that wasn't.
So this is the way it worked. When I rolled up, everybody scattered. Okay, so I don't know who was fighting, but.
You need to leave.
Go get the fuck out of here. Go get the fuck out of here. She need to go get her a lawyer right now. Now your daughter, she gonna get a charge. She gonna get a charge because she did put her hands on the officer. I ain't say she hit him and none of that shit. She put her hands on him. They'll charge you with that. You're gonna have to deal with that one. Get a lawyer. They put your other son in handcuffs. They threw him on the ground twice. Get a lawyer. Every mother of every child that was out there that got put in handcuffs need to get a lawyer right now and sue the dog shit out of these fucks. You did not know who was fighting, but you still put 5 of them from his count. If I'm right, y'all, if the count's right off of what the officer said, you put 5 kids in handcuffs and put them in the back of a police car. Because of what? Because of what? But, you know, there's going to be many Americans that don't see nothing wrong with it. Many Americans don't see nothing wrong with it. The cop just admitted on body cam that they didn't even know who was fighting, but they started grabbing people, though. We'll figure it out afterwards. That's how it is. Come in, shoot first, and then ask questions later. It seems to be true, right?
If they don't live here, it's called loitering and prowling.
What's your name and badge number anyway? We have a black
Officer Johnson, 16.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't have a card, actually.
Y'all gonna just go put him in handcuffs. And y'all ain't got a reason, so I don't. He wasn't fighting. He wasn't fighting. This was coming from my sister. He wasn't even fighting. She got him on the video camera. Coming to the house and coming from school. Uh-huh. Y'all is something else. Y'all better go to the ones that y'all need to go to. You guys tell me what happened? Stop that. Stop it.
No, you ain't coming out until your mom says so.
Send them right back in there for me, please.
Yeah.
Send them back in there. Can anybody tell me what's going on?
We got a call that there were about 20 children up here fighting. So when I showed up, everybody scattered. And he refused to identify himself, refused to give me his birthday. So that point became obstruction. He went to handcuffs to be detained. That's why he did. We're not going to
Listen to him explain something that's not the law. Y'all hearing this guy explain something that's not the law? He's giving his whole rundown. Any lawyer would eat this shit up. Eat this shit up. lady, I understand you probably got issues with your son at home. His daddy probably ain't around because ain't no telling what the hell been going on in that household. But I hope you understand truly. I hope you see some of these YouTube videos of people covering this stuff that's going to give you the real information. What they did to your son was illegal. If you having some financial troubles right now, it seems like you got on a nursing outfit, you should be making decent money, but you need some extra money. You might want to listen to some of the people that's telling you something. Go get a lawyer. FOIA request all their body cams and sue the dog shit out of them, even if it takes you 2-3 years to get that money. Sue them. What they did to your son was illegal. He does not have to answer their questions. Everybody has a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. He don't got to talk to them. Just because I don't want to talk to you don't mean you can charge me with obstruction. Only a judge can make me talk. Only a judge. Not no cop on the street. But I know she got some issues with her son, so she gonna take this story and go on about their business, and he ain't gonna like cops, period.
Can anybody tell me what's going on?
We got a call that there were about 20 children up here fighting. So when I showed up, everybody scattered, and he refused to identify himself, refused to give me his birthday. So at that point, became obstruction. He went to handcuffs to do the same. That's why he is. We're not going to pursue those charges and release them to you.
What are the charges?
Loitering and prowling and obstruction. But
do you know what your charges are? Listen, if I ask you one more question and you shake your head at me and you ask me with attitude, they can go ahead and take you because I'm getting sick of this. Why didn't you tell this man where you live at? This man ain't lying on you. I know your attitude. This man is not lying on you.
Ma'am, that man is lying on him, whether you know it or not.
You should not have came down here. It is a phone in the schoolhouse that you can use, and several phones there. Somebody is coming to get you. You know that. And then you got an attitude.
Ma'am, thank you.
Ma'am, I'll be honest with you. Your son might have an attitude outside of this situation right here, and yet y'all should work on that. But I would have an attitude too if I was put in handcuffs for not wanting to answer a question by a police officer. I would have an attitude about that too. Just throwing that out there for you. And I think you would too.
No, he arrested me because I didn't want to answer his question.
Okay, Camaro, what's wrong with that? Camaro, you are.
Here go another one that don't know shit about the law.
That don't work like that.
I talked to her dad. The paperwork will be sent to that address that they live at over in Iowa. All right, so just wait for the court date. So I called the jail to see if they were going to take her, but the jail wasn't going to. That's literally the only reason she's not going over.
Gamora was charged with felony obstruction, loitering and prowling, and 2 counts of battery. Gamoria was charged with possession of marijuana, obstruction, and loitering and prowling. The others were released to the care and custody of their parents. One parent made it clear that the blame for the entire situation was the fault of the police, who responded to numerous 911 calls related to a large fight. They are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah, they say innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, but obviously that ain't how this situation works in America. Regardless of what the law says, you presume guilty as soon as the cops put cuffs on you. Everybody in society is going to view you as guilty. Shout out to Brick Slinger. Salute, salute, salute. Look, man. Should have got extra time for it. But that's cruel and unusual punishment. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. 26 to 65 years for you bad too. We don't need a whole revolution of that shit. But I want y'all to see this. The guy that jumped at the judge. I want y'all to see what they gave this man. And y'all tell me if y'all think it's fair. I want y'all to give me your honest opinion if y'all think this shit is fair. Because I thought this shit was outrageous, just in my opinion. But here you go. Check it out.
I'm not a bad person. I'm not an evil person. 31-year-old Gioba Redden pleads for leniency before a judge sentences him for this. An attack on District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus as she sentenced him in January on a charge of attempted battery. Redden running up and jumping over Holthus's bench. I'm not making excuses for my actions. I'm saying I'm not a bad person. I know that I did not intend
to kill Mary Kay Holthus. I know I cared about her well-being.
Holthus and a courtroom marshal both injured in the attack, leading prosecutors to charge Redden with attempted murder. During trial in September, Redden agreed to plead guilty with the stipulation he's mentally ill.
I saw nothing but red, and I don't remember doing anything except for jumping on top of her and doing this to her robe. I was like, why are you doing this to me? That's what I wanted to ask her, if I think I know myself, but I'm not really sure.
He made a conscious decision to kill me and made every effort to succeed. If he had his way, he'd be facing a sentence of life without the possibility of parole for murder.
Prosecutors reading a statement from Holthus during Tuesday's sentencing, Redden crying as his attorney explained his client's years-long battle with schizophrenia.
This is a person that can and would be able to do it given the appropriate help from a psychologist and mental health counselor.
As she handed down her 26 to 65-year sentence, the judge in this case saying this attack was one on all judges.
It was not just retaliation for an attack on Judge Holthus. It was also an attack on the judiciary.
With credit for time served, Redden will be eligible for parole in the 2050s. He'd be in his mid-50s by then. I'm David Charnes, 8 News Now.
Days after the attack in January, Judge Holthus continued the hearing, sentencing Redden to several years in prison. Today's judge ordering this new sentence to start after that time on that case is fulfilled. The judge also today ordering Redden to pay more than $60,000 in restitution to the court employees who had to take time off from work after that attack.
Now, I want y'all to hear that again. Because, you heard it right. You heard it right.
With credit for time served, Redden will be eligible for...
It was not just...
Judge in this case handed down her 26 to 65.
26 to 65 years for jumping over the bench at a judge. 26 to 65 years. Now, I understand, and I'm going to give y'all my honest opinion about this shit. He should get time. He should get extra time for what he did. He was already going in for 4 years. He should have got extra time for it. But that's cruel and unusual punishment. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. 26 to 65 years for jumping at a judge? We got people, and I want people to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. We have cops that will shoot a citizen in the back on camera in cold blood and get less than 10 years. But you telling me if I jump at a judge, you're going to give me 26 to 65 years in prison. Y'all got me fucked up. What's up, Miss Jackson? Give me your thoughts on this.
What's good, bro? I'm kind of just jumping on in the mix of it. I just got off work, but this is my topic, my show that I definitely capitalize on. So I just want to come in, kind of jump on and join the party.
Yeah. Did you just see that last one?
I hadn't got a chance to see any of the videos.
Well, check it. There was a guy, and I'll show the clip again. This guy, you probably saw it back in the future. Well, back in the day. It happened, I think, maybe last year, the year before. This guy, he was getting charged with something. And this is what he did to the judge. Check it out.
Holthus, I know I cared about her well-being.
Holthus and a courtroom marshal both injured in the attack, leading prosecutors to charge Redden running up and jumping over Holthus's bench.
I'm not making excuses for my actions. I'm saying I'm not a bad person.
So pretty much the guy, he was getting sentenced to 4 years in prison for doing something to somebody. And the judge, I guess he got pissed off and he decided he was going to rush the bench, jumped over at the judge. Well, they came back and charged him again, and this is what they gave him.
Battle with schizophrenia.
This is a person.
During Tuesday's sentencing, Redden crying as his attorney explained his client's years-long battle with schizophrenia.
This is a person that can and would be able to do it given the appropriate help from a psychologist and mental health counselor.
As she handed down her 26 to 65-year sentence, the judge
26 to 65 years in prison for him doing that. What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, so they got him for assaulting the judge, evidently. So you have to take into consideration, is this client defendant, is he competent? And evidently there was a case brought forward from his attorney that he's incompetent. And he has a history of mental illness, CED, and I think, his diagnosis is schizophrenia or bipolar or whatever the case may be. So therefore, mental health, he should have handled that. So yeah, no, that was out of order and out of line. Like, come on now, you just came up with your own personal vendetta because you was physically attacked and took the law into your own hands instead of actually abiding by the policies. When I'm, from what I'm seeing, just jumping on.
No, I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, yo, you got YouTube playing in the back?
No.
Right here, I'm hearing the echo. Here, every time I talk, I'm gonna just mute you and then I'm gonna unmute you when I get you back in. Check this out. So here you go. I thought it was outrageous, and I would love for the people in the chat to let me know how they feel about this. But the comment section actually called out the BS that we're seeing, and I was actually surprised because in the first video I showed tonight, you can go back and watch it. It was a bunch of little kids supposedly fighting, and the cops just came up and started grabbing any black kid. If they didn't want to talk to the cops, they were just grabbing them, putting them in handcuffs, talking about they under arrest for loitering and prowling. They don't know if the kids live there. They don't. They just say, if you ain't want to talk to me, you're going to jail. Well, a lot of people in the comment section underneath that were agreeing with the cops. Yep, these some badass kids. They badass kids. Forgetting the Constitution that it applies to everybody. They didn't give a fuck. They saw a skin color and they didn't care. I was highly surprised when I saw this comment section. And the first comment, so attack a regular citizen, you get probation. Attack a judge, life. Seriously? All right. Next comment. So killing somebody in Vegas gets you less than 10 years in prison, but flying in court gets over 10 years. A lot of people start like they actually paying attention to the hypocrisy of this bullshit. See, pedos get 8 years in prison, but this man gets 65. Man, y'all need to stop. They finally removed the trampoline in front of the judge. I don't know how he did jump that high. I ain't gonna lie, that dude, he could have been a world-class athlete if he wasn't out there beating up on people. He say they are making an example out of him. They are. I want to see the comments. I want to see the comments underneath that one. He's a monster who attacked an old lady. Imagine what he do to your son or daughter. Those are people right there that you're disregarding. They gave this man 26 years to 65 for attacking somebody. In all the other comments, they read all the other comments before they left their comment. People that touch kids get less time. People that beat their wife get less time. People that delete folks get less time. But jumping at a judge, oh, we gonna hem you up, okay? And see, motherfucker said, damn right. People can't write. If has the brass to jump a judge during session, imagine what he's capable of doing to an elderly crossing him on the street. Motherfucker said, example, I guess, of course, but also you can't attack a judge. That's just common sense. Next person said, it seemed like an isolated incident. He deserved time, but not that much time when no one was even injured. I agree with that comment. He injured the judge and a sheriff. They made that very clear in the video, or did you not watch? I mean, do you want a guy like that walking around the street just attacking people? A guy like that who will just attack a judge in the courtroom like that is dangerous and needs to be in jail. I don't think, do you disagree that he should be in jail for what he did?
Okay, so I didn't get the original charges and what state he's in.
They really didn't say the original charge. They tried to charge him with murder, though. They tried to charge him with murder towards the judge.
All right. Well, depending on what his original charge was, what crime he originally was on trial for, and you said he was sentenced to 4 years on that one. Okay. And so, yeah. Now, he needs some mental health treatment and therapy. So is there civil duty as for the representative judicial system to get him the help he needs? Okay. But yeah, should he be held accountable for his actions? I agree. But the sentence, the punishment, that's outrageous. Like you said, people delete folks and unalive folks don't get that much downtime. So yeah, she was just trying to make a statement.
All right, I'm gonna read a couple more of these because I got a grand point I want to push out to everybody that's still around because I think this will be very important. And see, no, he's not being made an example of. All right, I would say that's cap. He is being made an example of, which is crazy. No, he is only an example of what not to do under any circumstance. He belonged in prison for a very long time. Yeah, a long time, like maybe double his sentence up or charge him with assault on the judge, not murder. She ain't dead. The bitch got up and was in. Okay, whatever the fuck. And then next one, well, actually, they make an example out of damn near every black defendant they get. So yes, still on target. I can agree with that statement. Next, yeah, that's kind of the point of having punishment for crimes. That's crazy to me. Last one I'm gonna read to John Harris. I guess who the fuck was John Harris? Okay, I don't know who the fuck John Harris was in here, but this person's responding to John Harris. He was not attacking random people on the street like a crazy person. He attacked the judge regardless of gender/age. That is why they are making an example out of him to protect the judges by setting the bar high of the punishment for attacking them. Okay. So to this person's understanding, we got to make an example because you cannot attack judges. You can't attack judges. Where's the statement being made for people that are getting unalived on the street? Yeah, I know you saw the recent stuff that happened up there in New York where the guy deleted the CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah.
Well, I had an issue with the effort and publicity that was put around that. And I had a few people was like, why you got a problem with that? I'm like, people get deleted every day. Why are those same resources not put forth to solve those crimes? But when it's some rich ass dude in New York get deleted, we doing nationwide searches for people. We got the FBI coming in for this. Why is it only when it's these highly publicized events do we get this type of response from law enforcement to do their damn job when there's people that are losing their lives every fucking day? I had an issue with that. What's more special about him than little Freddie that got killed down the street last week? What's more special than him? Because everybody say we all men created in God's image and we all equal, right? Then why the fuck that motherfucker got that many resources allocated to solve his murder and find the person that did it when you didn't do it for this person over here? And that's why I have an issue with picking and choosing. But when it comes to this issue right here, every time we fuck up, they hold us accountable. They hold us accountable. Ain't no questions asked, no sympathy, no nothing. When they fuck up, we cover judgments getting settled out. Because I'll give you the whole rundown of videos I covered tonight. Kids supposedly fighting. Cops don't know who's fighting, but they go and just start grabbing black kids, violating their civil rights, violating their constitutional rights, putting them in handcuffs, putting them in cars. Their parents come, they lie to the parents, even though they're on body cam, everybody can see it, and then accuse the kids of making bad decisions. And the mother defended it. Like, you gonna believe your son over the cops? She's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna believe my son. Next video, white guy goes to a police department, records them while he's asking for a public information request to get names and job titles and pay for public servants. They want to put him in jail, delete evidence off his shit, hide evidence, charge him with shit, and now he's got to sue. Next motherfucker, what was the last one? What was the third one I did? What's the third one? Third one, Tennessee, pulling over perfectly sober drivers and charging them with DUI. Over 609 that tested perfect zero after they got their blood drawn, after they were already arrested, got their car towed, had to pay a bond. Nobody's answering for this. Last video, guy gets kidnapped by the cops. They thought he was a drug dealer. He wasn't a drug dealer. They put him in a closet for 4 days, beat the shit out of him to the point where he had to have brain surgery. Then charged him with drug offenses. Drug offenses got dropped, as usual. He sues them, wins a judgment of $20 million. He got the judgment in 2021. It's 2024, and that man ain't seen a dime. So it seems like when we do something that angers them and harms them, they're quick to react and they're quick to hem us up. But if you ever attack them motherfuckers, 26 to 65 years. I'm just stuck on that. 26 to 65 years for jumping at a judge. How do you think we can get around that? How do you think we can get that? Because I think that's cruel and unusual punishment. What do you think, Ms. Jackson?
Yeah, I was gonna mention, and not getting the full narrative of the story, but that's why I asked the question of what state he lived in, because you got different state laws. But either way the ball rolls, that's outrageous. You know what I'm saying? It was a misdemeanor. If there was going to be a charge brought forth, it was a misdemeanor charge. There was no serious, severe bodily harm done to the judge. All in all, she was okay. And so that is assault in the third degree, which is a misdemeanor. Okay. And we could have added on or prolonged a little something to his time that he was already sentenced to. But it's evident the young brother is mentally incompetent and he needs help. And they should have did their job and been accountable to get him treated. That was the proper way to solve the solution.
Oh, I agree. Las Vegas. It was in Nevada.
Okay.
But, and this is one thing that gets me. For anybody that disagrees with what Ms. Jackson just said, I'm going to let you know why you shouldn't think that way. There was a white woman that drowned her kids consecutively in a tub, one after another. Still to this day, she's sitting in a mental institution. Drowned her kids in a tub. Come here, Timmy. Drown you. Come here, Samantha. Drown you. Come here, Tommy. Drown you. They weren't even going to hit her with that much time, but they damn sure put her in a mental institution. They didn't want to put her in prison. They want to put her in a mental institution. Get her help. But it's kind of that same shit where, we had a crack problem for a long time. And there was a lot of people that looked like me and you that was getting hemmed up for that crack. Oh, they knew what they was doing. They're criminals, drug dealers, druggies. Lock them up. But as soon as a lot of people started getting hooked on these goddamn pills like Percocets, Percocets, Adderall, all that shit, all that opioid shit, we need to get these people help. People need to understand this justice system is really fucked up. It ain't about going in and we not the bad motherfucker. The whole system is fucked. And I'm saying that to Marcus' comment from earlier. This whole system is completely fucked. Thank you for that one, Hurricane. Casey Anthony drowned all her kids. One by one. Sympathy was given to that person. But the motherfucker that, like you said, and I see it. A lot of people got mental problems. A lot of people in today's time got mental problems. A lot of people are going through shit in this world that they really mentally cannot handle. They're not built for it. And they snap and they do stupid shit. Where's the sympathy at? We gave Amber Geiger all the sympathy in the world. She walked into another man's apartment and shot him. And people had sympathy for the motherfucker. All because she said she was fucking tired. Well, clearly this guy ain't in his right mind. Who the fuck thinks jumping at a judge? Anybody in their right mind thinks jumping at a judge is gonna get you anything. It's cops all around here. You're inside of the courthouse. There's sheriffs, cops everywhere. What do you think was gonna be the outcome from that? Only a crazy person would do some stupid shit like that. Give that man some fucking help. Yeah, you gonna lock him up anyways. But damn, 20 years to 65? Whoever that judges needs to be kicked off the fucking bench. You're not here to settle debts or vendettas against citizens because you don't like what they did. Your job is to conduct yourself as a judge and follow the law. And if the DA, the prosecutors, all these motherfuckers want to trump up charges, they need to lose their job too. Because what I would have did, he was already going in for 4 years. At the max, I would have gave him 4 more years. You're gonna be in there for 8. You get all the help you need while you're in there. You already going for 4. I'm gonna just double your sentence. But the goddamn sent him in there for the they say he gonna get out when he 50 something at the earliest. And we know he not getting out early. Something gonna happen in there within them first 26 years. But he not getting out early. That dude might be in there for the rest of his life. He might die in that jail, die in that prison. And I think that's what they want. I don't know. Give me your thoughts, man, because I get irritated with this shit. And Hurricane said Percocets, Molly's, Percocets. Yeah, that's what the motherfuckers was on. They like that shit.
Speaking of Casey Anthony, it reminds me of the case back in the 90s. I can't remember the lady name. She was a young white lady. And she had drowned, I believe it was 2 or 3 children she had, but she had it out that this was back in LA in the 90s. And it was all plastered, high publicity profile case. And she said a black man did it, that her children were missing. I can't remember if she had 2 or 3 kids, but that they had been missing for a while, and sketched out that a black guy had did it. So everybody looking for the black man all over, the police and the news media and so forth. And then once they investigated the case, they discovered that she did it. But I will say she's locked up. She's still locked. Matter of fact, she just came up for parole about a week or so ago, and they denied her. They set her off. But she's been in there almost 30 years now. So, yeah.
Man, look, I would have showed y'all another video, and I'll give y'all a heads up about it because I will be covering it in a few, probably next week or maybe this weekend. But there was a situation where this guy and this woman were in a custody battle. It's a white guy's white lady custody battle over their child, and this lady, she worked for an apartment complex. I think she was the manager or whatever, and she had pulled up to work as usual. Pulled up, she was sitting in her car doing whatever the final thing she needed to do, and a vehicle pulled up beside her. The person got out of the vehicle with a gun and shot her through the window. Shot her in the head through the window. Person gets back in the car, starts to drive off. Well, I guess they didn't notice that she wasn't dead. So she gets out and tries to get inside the apartment building, I guess the office that they work out of, try to get in there. And I guess that person saw that she was still alive. So they came back with a nice little butcher knife. Stabbed and slashed that woman up 44 times. And the whole time her fellow co-workers were sitting inside with the door locked, watching her die outside. All right. So when the cops showed up, everybody was, they were asking, what's the description of the person? Because she ended up passing away. She didn't survive that shit. Said black male. They ended up finding the vehicle where everything happened. But what was more important was the mother of the girl showed up, and the cops were giving her the rundown, and they told her we're looking for a black male. And after them telling her all that shit, she said it was her husband, her baby daddy, the one she's in a custody battle with. He's a white guy. Well, they ended up finding a vehicle, finding a fake beard in there, finding makeup in there. Ended up tracking him down. Turns out this white man decided to paint his face with makeup out of Claire's. I didn't know Claire's sold makeup. The Claire's really sell makeup?
I have no idea.
I said, I didn't know what they did, man. They say Claire's for some reason. Finds out, he can disguise himself as a black man, and went and deleted his girl, his ex. I'm gonna have that video coming for y'all. Because there's a big twist at the end that I'm not telling y'all about. And I want to keep that a secret. But there's a lot of crazy shit going on. But mainly fuck them cops. That's what I'm saying. And some of them judges and the DAs, the prosecutors, the administrators in the office, all the people that go along with the get along game. Fuck y'all, because a lot of American citizens are getting fucked up. I know you had your run-ins with these motherfuckers, just like I done had. And I know a lot of people in the comment section that had their run-ins with these motherfuckers, whether they're worse or less severe. But we gotta, as Americans, we gotta start actually. We gotta get on our grind, man. We gotta stop getting complacent, man. Fuck all these football games. Fuck all these new movies coming out. Fuck all these TV shows. Fuck all the dumb shit that distracts us from what's actually important. Because I think most people want to be able to get up every morning, go to work, and be able to come home and provide for their family. Be able to take vacations every now and then and not have to worry about their fucking bills and not worry about getting harassed by the people that we pay to do a job. I think we want them motherfuckers to go out there and arrest the bad people in our society, the people that are actually causing problems, not innocent people that are just trying to live their fucking life. And I think if we get to the point where we stop looking at our fellow citizens like they're the problem instead of the people that's actually the problem, I think we might get somewhere. But that's just me being optimistic. What you think?
Well, yes, sir. You know, and like I always emphasize on, you know, sometimes we have to go back to the foundation. History repeats itself. So let's go back to the civil rights movements and signing the petitions. And of course, we've been blessed with social media, the power of it being global, and get information and education out here to the world, you know, where people need to learn their rights. The whole democracy needs to be destroyed, okay? And the constitutional amendment needs to be rebuilt and rewritten. That's where we're at now in our generation and day and age. One thing I love about Kamala Harris, you know, and why I supported her and endorsed her so, is because as a state prosecutor, you know, she speaks on getting you know, people sentenced and locking people up in a nutshell, but she also specified on the correction that they will receive while they're incarcerated, the treatment or the therapy rather, and then a re-entry program. That's very extremely important. We need to have a re-entry program so people can come back to society and succeed and be a productive citizen. The judicial system is set up for us to fail. You know, you have a conviction, you can't get a job, you can't get a place to live. You know, each state, different states have different state laws, but a lot of, especially in the Southern and in the South, where I'm from, you know, it's the world's worst. You know, you can't even get a place to live. When you go apply for application, they want certain people in certain neighborhoods or in certain environments. So all doors is slammed in your face. So what do people have their back against the wall? They're you know, they're forced what? They're placed in a predicament to what? Go back to crime, because poverty leads to crime. When you cannot be independent and take care of yourself and provide for your family, then when you're desperate, you don't know what you may do. So re-entry, a program is very important. The system shouldn't be set up for us to fail. It should be set up for us to succeed. So correction is very important while incarcerated. And then, you know, again, once you get released, you're free to move forward in your life and to be able to succeed. I do know the state of California passed a law that once you was convicted, you get your rights back. So that is a start. You know, they always gonna be blue. More power to LA, my original hometown. But you know, that's the problem. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. So we have, and this is one thing I was taught being incarcerated, they teach you, you have to do something different in order to get a different result. To do the same thing and expect a different result is insanity. So we got to get together and make that change. It is power in unity. Like Ms. Harris says, our vice president, there's more that brings us together that separates us and divides us apart. So no matter your background, your religion, your past experiences, your nationality, or whatever your, you know, whether you're a Republican, a Democrat, or independent party is what I stand for, is power in unity. We have more in common than we realize that separates us apart. And once we come together to do like Michael Jackson said, let's start with the man in the mirror to make that change, then we can start to see positive results.
And that's actually one subject that I actually want to do a deep dive on, because you hit on something that I am passionate about. We always talk about holding people accountable in this country. But after you pay your debt to society, you should be welcomed back into society just like everybody else that's out here. And I've seen a lot of people that done went to prison and paid their debt, but then they have so many roadblocks in their way. And like you said, poverty is just a gateway for people to commit crimes. Like, look, you put me at the bottom and you don't give me the opportunity to do anything. What the fuck is the only way I'm gonna be able to survive? I gotta go out here and steal, kill, and take it from other motherfuckers. And they know that. And I think that's the biggest thing. They know it. But we got so many dummies out here that don't understand. Like, look, these are your fellow citizens. Yes, they might have fucked up when they were 17, 18, 20, 24. We always keep saying that When it comes to our politicians, well, they did that back 10 years ago. It shouldn't be an issue. Don't bring that up. Well, that motherfucker did that shit back 5 years ago, 10 years ago too. But they are limited. Because I agree with what you're saying. I've seen a lot of places that will not rent to ex-felons. There are a lot of places that will not hire. I'm like, look, motherfucker, I did my time. I can understand there are certain crimes I believe should be put in a different category where, like, yeah, we're gonna be a little cautious. It's gonna stay on your record. But some of this other shit, I'm like, come on, man. The people, if you want people to do better, you got to put them in a position to do better. I say the same thing, like not to the same level as people coming out of prison, but people leaving the military. We go through a process of exiting the military to try to transition back into civilian life. And I don't know if anybody knows about transition from the military to civilian life. It's not an easy transition. A lot of people think that shit's simple. It's not. Just like when you're in prison, you're on a different time schedule. You live in a different type of lifestyle. To go back into what average day people do on a regular, it's not the shit. And a lot of people don't transition good. I know when I got out, I didn't transition good. It took me some years before I transitioned good because there's not job opportunities they put in place for you. They'll send you to a class and be like, yeah, you can apply for this job, apply for this job. People ain't fucking hiring. It's just names that they had in the book for a long time. So I'm like, yeah, we'll hire military members. None of them motherfuckers don't. And then on top of that, people don't even give a fuck that you was in the military. They all come around on fucking veterans. They talking about, we support the troops, bitch. You ain't hired me though. When I apply for a job. Like, let's be real. If we want people to do better in this country, we need to give them opportunities. We always say, it's an old saying, idle minds the devil's workshop. Well, if these people ain't got no jobs to keep them busy to provide for themselves, what the fuck you think they're gonna be doing? Like us as kids, we used to play outside. Now these kids got all this technology, and you wonder why kids are acting crazy. Parents are throwing tablets and phones in kids' face. Get out my face. They used to tell us to get the fuck outside. Go outside and go play. And make sure your ass is back for them street lights come on. We don't do shit like that no more, and then we wonder why we're getting the same results. So just like Miss Jackson said, man, doing the same thing over and over and over again, man, that's insanity. If we don't switch it up and do something different, man, ain't nothing gonna change. And it's gonna take all of us as a collective to get this shit done. Whether it comes from just a household, family, whether it comes to the government, how we operate, our justice system, how it prosecutes, our police, how they police, everything from all the way from the head down. All this shit needs to be checked, in my honest opinion. Next thing on the list, FDA. Y'all motherfuckers on the list, bitch. Because it ain't no coincidence that everybody coming down with high blood pressure and cancer. Everybody dying from high blood pressure and cancer. That's got to be coming from the food that we drink and the air that we breathe. All these different government agencies that's not doing their job. Nah, man, we got to come at y'all heads, man. And then we got to have another show about they about to try to take away Social Security. They already got their plan set up. They about to try to cut some funding out of Social Security, and whether people know it or not, Social Security actually don't even contribute to our deficit. But
That's that Project 2025.
Oh yeah, they about to enact it. Hey, look, and that's what I told you. I was happy either way it went, man. Motherfuckers can get what they want because I already see people crying right now. They already crying right now. They're gonna be crying a little bit more because a lot of changes have started to be made. They didn't go after that CEO over goddamn United Health for no reason. And guess what? The CEO of Blue Cross and Blue Shield might want to hide because I don't know if y'all know what they just did. What they announced the same day that motherfucker got deleted. But if a surgery goes any longer than what they determined the surgery should go, they're gonna start charging you more for anesthesia. If you ain't got the money to pay for it, you coming off of anesthesia.
Man, what I'm seeing is everything Kamala has said so far is coming to pass. Trump wasn't playing. He's already signing executive orders into law, and he ain't even got an office yet.
Yeah, he ain't signing shit. He just talking. He just talking, but people know he gonna be the president, so a lot of shit gonna start moving.
Right, making it happen.
That's why a lot of companies doing what they doing right now. They know the next leadership is coming in, so they already acquiesce into that next leadership. And people need to realize, like, regardless of whether people know it or not, you think it's gonna get good. I'll be sitting here waiting for it. That's why I got me some money saved up. Got me some money saved up. And
some people talking about going back to the motherland and leaving America. I done heard all kind of stuff.
I ain't going back to Africa. I need to go at least once. Well, actually, I've been in Africa before, but like, nah, I ain't dipping out for that. But I ain't gonna hold them if they do. They do decide to do that, man. Because the shit's about to get. I tell people honestly, it's gonna get a lot worse than it before it gets better. It always has to for any type of change. It has to get worse before it gets better. But I don't know if the change for good is going to actually happen within these next 4 years that a lot of people been begging for. Because I think a lot of people that voted for the guy wants a dictator, whether they know it or not. They want somebody to be their big daddy. And he is a great white hope. White folks always need a savior. And we got a lot of dummies that were black and all these other motherfuckers that wanted a savior too. And I'll tell you all again, once again, I didn't like Kamala. I didn't like her. I thought they both were shit. I think we need to get better candidates put up, but I believe they just playing in our fucking face. And this is what we're going to constantly keep getting. And America made their decision. So America got up, they got to lie in that bed. But I'm going to laugh. All the folks that thought he was going to delete all these illegals, that motherfucker already told you he ain't doing that shit. It's kind of like, you remember when Joe and Kamala got elected, it was like, yeah, if y'all elect us, when they was up in Atlanta, we going to send y'all this amount of money on stimulus checks. And then they got in and they switched it up. Well, he already done switched up about deporting illegals. That motherfucker said, yeah, we're just going to deport the violent criminals. I was like, nigga, they already do that.
Man, well, but first it was said it was into motion. The bill is into motion to deploy over 100 million, supposedly.
Yeah, they want to do mass deportation. I watched that man in his last interview, and I'm like, you walked that back so hard. Yeah, we're definitely gonna deport the violent criminals, the convicted criminals. I was like, what's the difference? What's different about? We already do that, buddy. We've been doing that since. Let you be illegal and commit a crime in this country. Your ass getting deported. You're gonna do your time here and you're getting deported afterwards. We've already done that. So I'm like, what's the difference? I thought you said you was gonna do widespread and mass deportation. But I know he ain't gonna do it, main for one reason. Motherfuckers need people to farm. They need people to farm. They need people to do this construction. Drive has any construction site, and y'all will see it. There's a lot of Hispanics out there. The motherfuckers ain't trying to lose that cheap labor. The people that are paying, that lobby for that motherfucker to get in the office, they want their workers to stay here. That's why you'll see motherfucking what's ICE going to these different factories and deport, like grabbing all these people up. You see, they don't never do nothing to the people that's running the company that's hiring them. They just grab the illegals and take them.
But see, here's the thing, man. America's always been a hypocrisy. You're so concerned about the illegals and the immigrants coming over here committing crimes or that's criminals. When you have your own criminal citizens that's criminals. What about the Americans that's committing crimes and that's criminals and criminal activity and the drug problem and infestation we have, and with all the fentanyl coming over here? Like, let's take care of home first. Then we can handle the outside. So that's the problem with America, is hypocrisy.
Well, yeah. There's a lot of hypocrisy, man. People be talking out the side of their neck. Talking right out the side of their neck. I'm not for war. We're bombing these motherfuckers tomorrow. It's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? But, neither here nor there. Look, y'all, I hope everybody that tuned in tonight, because Miss Jackson, matter of fact, give me your final thoughts. I know you ain't really probably got a lot, but give me your final thoughts on the little bit of the show that you got to see, because I want you to go back and rewatch it.
Yes, sir. So final thoughts of the night. It was always a great show for us. The very important subject to touch on. Our civil rights is very important to educate people and get information, especially the young people, get information out here and spread the knowledge of our civil rights, our civil duties. Everybody needs to know that, everybody has laws to abide by. So the police in itself, they are leaders to represent the law, rather, but they also have to abide by the law as well. They are a citizen as well. So all in all, let's get out here, let's fight for the right cause. And it's kind of like going back until the 1960 civil rights movement. We've come a long way, but we got a long way to go. We have to still fight for freedom, equality. It's the same. It's just the same battle fought in a different manner. Back in the day, it was physical. Now it's mental, and knowledge is power. And so we've been blessed, and we have worked to gain the power that we need to get to where the place where we got to go. We got to be. So I also would like to say I'm Kenique Jackson. You can check me out coming up here pretty soon on the network, YouTube at School for Justice. Coming up here soon, we will touch on topics such as police brutality, Black community, the church rather, in the Black community, politics, and and more in the judicial system and much more. So I will hope to see you there soon and look forward to it. Final thoughts of the night.
You're goddamn right.
Y'all heard that shit. Y'all heard it. Look, man, I'm right there with him. We gotta get on it, man. We gotta get on it. And people need to just like the first thing, y'all gotta open your eyes, man. A lot of people gotta open their eyes to what's actually going on, man. We gotta stop being blind to what's actually transpiring around us. We gotta put that tribal shit to the side, especially when it comes to our fellow Americans. Put that tribal shit aside and stop being blinded by your own fucking bias and understand what we need to do as a country. If everybody has so many problems with this country, everybody, no matter what color you come from, no matter what political party, no matter what economic status you come from, we all can point out problems. And how about we work together as a whole to fix the problems instead of blaming people in other parts, other groups for being the problem? Because that ain't the fucking problem. The people that hold the keys to how everything works in this country are the fucking problem. And obviously, they don't have a fucking problem with it. Know why? Because ain't nobody focusing on them. We focusing on each other. We got to get better with it, man. Our public officials, our police officers, I believe anybody that holds a certain position in society and government should be held to a higher standard than the average citizen. So if they fuck up, they get more than what we get. And I would say double that shit up. If you did it, you got 10 years, they do it, they get 20. And it shouldn't be no sympathy or tears cried out here. I don't know how many Americans it's going to take to get violated by these folks for them to wake the fuck up, but I'm trying to tell you ahead of time. That's why I ask y'all, share the videos, man. Share the videos so other people can see it. And if they get mad at you, you just know that's somebody that's not going to be an ally. There's somebody that's going to perpetuate the bullshit for happening to somebody else. We need to call the bullshit out. We need to be better. But look, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. If y'all watched over on Facebook, if y'all were watching over on the JVJ Network, if y'all was watching over on Let's Talk with JVJ, hit that like, hit that subscribe, sub, all that shit. Turn the noties on. Do whatever you got to do. Let's keep grinding. We're going to keep being up here. We're going to keep bringing these videos. And I don't give a fuck how many people don't like it. They can kiss ass and suck a dick. I don't fucking care. It don't really matter to me because we ain't going to stop this show. But I appreciate y'all, man. And we're going to be back up in this motherfucker again. Catch you in the next one as always, man.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me.